Guys, there's Terry Cook. He took over the 4th spot from Eric Darnell just this last lap. Terry's on the march towards the front again.
His truck likes the longer runs.
It does. It gets really good. Never falls off much.
It's battle for 4th. Terry Cook and Eric Darnell.
Terry's really making that high line work too. He went up there really early. Has been making some good time up there.
It's good to see Terry Cook run good. You know, he's such a nice man, and he hadn't had a lot of success lately. Had some early on, but boy, it's good to see him run good. And also for Jim Harris. Jim's a longtime supporter of the Truck Series.
One of the nicest guys in the garage here.
Yes, sir.
Let's look a little deeper into our field. Ray Dunlap, who have you got?
We'll start out with Todd Bodine. We were going to go at 11th, but he just moved forward a little bit, so let's start at 10th. That's where Todd is now. He was really, really loose at the beginning of a run, but as it goes on, he starts to get a tiny bit of a push in turns 3 and 4. They'll try to work on that in the next pit stop. Krista?
Well, we've got a caution on the racetrack, Krista, before you jump in. It sounds like it's debris on the racetrack, so this will be the 3rd time that we have slowed this pace down because of a caution. Now remember, Johnny Benson will have to come onto pit road and put tape on that rear spoiler, and we're expecting another adjustment to be made to that truck.
Yeah, that tape is not going to take any time, though. You can see the debris on the racetrack. Probably the catch can man more than likely will try to put that tape on that spoiler, so I don't think that's going to take any extra time. But now the adjustment could take a little extra time depending on who does it.
And I will tell you, they had a plan for that catch can man to put that tape on last time. He struggled. And you know, tape, I'm going to say something that's blatantly obvious. Tape is sticky. And sometimes it gets stuck together and a good plan goes bad. So,
you know, Michael just thinks of things that I never think of.
I tell you what, he's got a point, though, because you're running around. There's a lot of pressure. There's a championship on the line, and now we're talking about one piece of tape.
Hey, this may be a championship pit stop coming right here.
It could very well be. And, hey, Mike, you know that commercial you and Ron Capps do?
Yeah.
Where, you know, he's there about 10 or 12, 15 seconds. And he says, "Whew, I'm tired. I'm run out. I can't do this any longer."
You're looking like you're getting a little peaked.
Well, I just wanted you to know I've done it. I don't think I can do this much longer.
You were really
I'm out of practice, man.
You were really up at the start.
I'm out of practice.
It goes so fast, doesn't it?
It does. That's what the turtle said to the snail.
These truck races move along so quickly. Again, this one only a 134-lap race. We've already completed 90 laps. We're on lap 91. So we're closing in on these final laps of the race.
Let's, you know, these guys are going to make a pit stop, obviously. Ron Hornaday, after the last pit stop, was in trouble. He was sideways. He had trucks all over him. So this is some tense time for our championship leader at this point in the race.
Well, he's going to be in more trouble because he's got a lot of lap trucks down there he's going to have to deal with this time, unless he beats everybody off pit road.
And we would expect this is it. We won't see anybody else on pit road for the remainder of this race. I mean, they can make it on fuel. Their tires should be able to last for the final 40-plus laps that they have to go.
But they lose a second over 10, 20 laps.
But are they going to have any extra tires left? Well, that's the key. They probably had 4 sets of tires. They probably will have one more set.
I think
they probably have 4 sets to start this race. They've already put one on. They're going to put their second one on. They should have one more in the pits.
A very critical stop, Krista.
Kyle Busch is in. He said the last 8 to 10 laps he was starting to feel the tire wear. They were not planning on making any chassis adjustments. It's a 4-tire stop for the 51. Meanwhile, the 2 of Kevin Harvick, he said his right front was starting to get a little loose, but no changes other than air pressure expected on that truck. Ray.
Hornaday's in the middle of your screen. They were going to put on 4-lap scuffs here, but Rick Rand made an audible at the very last second. This will be sticker tires. They think this will be the last round of pit stops. 4 tires going on the Camping Road Chevy to Adam.
It's going to be right side tires only for Johnny Benson. They got the tape on the spoiler. That done by rear carrier Curtis Martin. And JB, the first off of pit road. A big-time pit call gets the point leader entering the lead late in the race here at Homestead.
Hey, Trick Bruce said, I have to do something. I mean, we're back here running 10th. Now he's got Johnny up in the lead, more than likely, unless somebody stayed on the racetrack, which I don't think they would. So he's going to get the 5 points. That's going to be a push now with Ron Hornaday.
How big of a call was that move right there by Trip Bruce?
You got to do what you got to do, man, and sometimes you got to pull it off in the pits, not just out on the track.
Our Aaron's lucky dog, the 71 of J.R. Fitzpatrick, he will get his lap back. So Ron Hornaday tried to duck underneath that 23 of Johnny Benson.
We know Ron's a little bit loose here, or at least he was on that last restart, and that makes it hard to make a move down on the bottom of the track. He couldn't clear Johnny. I'm like you, Phil. I thought he would have already been done with Johnny.
Johnny Benson looking to win his first ever NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series championship. But he's got to hold up that 33 of Ron Hornaday.
Side by side.
Down the back stretch they go. Oh, a little bumping there. It looked as though Hornaday moved up and hit the 23.
Two inside, two inside.
The 2 truck of Kevin Harvick gave his teammate gave his truck a big push.
Still there.
Was able to get Ron in front of Johnny going down the back straightaway. Johnny decides he's going to crowd in there, make it 3 wide.
Take a look at this. 3 wide as they go across the start-finish line. Kevin Harvick on the inside. Johnny Benson. Here comes Kyle Busch to the outside. Busch is going to try to take the lead. Johnny Benson shoots to the front, and now Kyle Busch runs second.
How about this championship? How about
way
this
to hang,
race?
buddy, way to hang.
Wow.
51's coming.
Kyle Busch shot at a
51's by
rocket, it
himself
seemed
now,
like.
right with you.
Here comes Hornaday fighting back down on the bottom.
Look at Johnny Benson, though. Johnny Benson looking strong in front of this field now.
I like how aggressive Johnny was right there. He said, you're not going to push me out of the way like that. I'm coming back on you.
And remember, only 2 tires now. Hornaday had 4.
Right side tires only for Johnny Benson, and he's been able to run this well at the restart of this race.
Look at Kyle Busch down there running Ron Hornaday's line. Almost looked like he's blocking for Johnny Benson.
Kyle Busch to the outside. Ron Hornaday comes to the inside, trying to take second away.
I don't know who's on whose team out there. I just know Johnny Benson knows he's got to lead this race. He's got to win this race if he wants to win this championship.
I really think Hornaday's truck is coming around. Remember last time?
Tire out of balance, but it'll be all right.
Johnny saying, I've got a tire out of balance, but it'll be all right. How nonchalant was that little message?
Well, it looks like it's going to be all right. It's all right so far.
Running great laps right now. Johnny Benson in front of Kyle Busch.
Trying to help us. Just hit your marks, bud. Hit your marks.
Did you hear that? The 51's trying to help us.
Well, that makes it 2-2 now, so that's fair.
Here comes Harvick, by the way, on the inside.
And how about the 16? Brian Scott's going to throw the nose of that truck up there as well.
And here comes Terry Cook. He's in 6th right behind Brian Scott.
You know, I loved listening to Brian Scott yesterday in an interview. He said, I'm just trying to suck this all in. I mean, my truck's fast. I'm running up there with the big dogs. I want to live this life a little bit.
How about the big dogs right now? 3 wide as they work their way through 1 and 2 and down the backstretch.
What just happened?
Kyle Busch just moved out in front of Johnny Benson. Here comes Hornaday now.
It looked like Hornaday got high coming off the corner and about squeezed Johnny into the wall.
Remember, right now,
outside, still there.
Ron Hornaday wins the championship.
On your bumper, pushing it inside.
And oh, by the way, Johnny
inside.
Benson gets out front. He wins the championship.
And oh, by the way, Johnny Benson knows that whoever finishes in front wins the championship.
34 laps remaining, and they are switching positions almost every straightaway.
What a game changer that pit stop was.
Huge.
We didn't even think Johnny Benson was going to be a part of this story at all.
Here comes Hornaday again, looking to the inside. Johnny Benson holding on to second.
Here comes Terry Cook on the outside. Both Terry Cook and Brian Scott are driven by Kevin Harvick.
Kyle Busch is leading, but, well, just for now, Johnny Benson right behind him. Hornaday is in there. Now Hornaday looking to try to take second away from Johnny Benson.
I knew this championship was going to go down to the last lap, but I didn't realize these guys are going to run side by side the last third of this race.
Look at Hornaday. Can he crowd in? No. Johnny was able to close the door. Ron couldn't get up high. And here comes Terry Cook on the outside. And I promise you, Terry Cook doesn't care who wins this championship right now. He wants to get Jim Harris, ASC, and Victory Lane. And he's got a truck he can do it with.
Absolutely.
Guys, let me ask you. Right now, we've got Kyle Busch out in front. We've got Johnny Benson in a Toyota. We've got Terry Cook in a Toyota. We've got Brian Scott in a Toyota. Will the Toyotas work together to win this championship for Johnny?
Well, it looked like Kyle Busch was trying to help Johnny earlier, but then he took the lead. Now Ron Hornaday is able to clear Johnny. Let's see if Johnny can fight back at the inside. It looks like Hornaday had enough momentum. It's not going to allow Johnny to come back on the inside.
He's looking for a push from his teammate. Can his teammate push him up beside Hornaday?
Boy, Kevin Harvick dives to the inside of Terry Cook. Would he dearly love to get up there behind that 33 truck?
Johnny's driving with his heart right now, Phil. He's giving that truck all he's got. He put it in positions. We don't usually see Johnny put one in, but he knows it's now or never.
Speaking of hearts,